This show is part of One Place, a daily network of focused briefings across the stories people follow most.
Welcome to today's Sports Roundup. We are diving into the major headlines across baseball, college hoops, and international soccer. Let's get you caught up on everything you need to know right now.
MLB introduces a robot umpire challenge system for 2026.
Shohei Ohtani strikes out 11 in his final tune-up.
Manager Dave Roberts backs Ohtani for the Cy Young.
North Carolina searches for a coach after firing Davis.
Hubert Davis departs UNC following a first-round exit.
Ravens nix Max Crosby, trade over knee health concerns.
Kylian Mbappe declares himself fully fit for the World Cup.
The Sweet 16 field is set for March Madness.
Jarrett Cole eyes a summer return after major surgery.
Final World Cup spots are up for grabs in March.
First up, Major League Baseball is officially bringing the future to the diamond with the announcement of the Automatic Ball Strike System, or ABS, set for the 2026 season. This isn't a total replacement of human umpires, but rather a sophisticated challenge system powered by Hawkeye cameras. Players will have the power to instantly challenge a call they think was missed. It's a massive shift that aims to eliminate those frustrating missed calls in high-leverage moments, ensuring the strike zone is as objective as the technology allows.
The rules are quite specific about who can actually trigger these challenges. Only the pitcher, catcher, or batter can call for a review, and they have to do it immediately without looking toward the dugout for help. This keeps the game moving and prevents managers from slowing things down with constant tactical delays. While it won't be available at special neutral site games like the Field of Dreams, every standard MLB stadium will be equipped with the necessary camera arrays to make this a reality by 2026.
Next up, Shohei Ohtani just gave the Dodgers exactly what they wanted to see in his final spring training appearance. Facing his former team, the Angels, Ohtani was absolutely electric on the mound, racking up 11 strikeouts over just 4+ innings. He looked completely dialed in, striking out 6 straight batters at one point. Even though the Dodgers' offense struggled to put up runs in a 3-0 loss, the focus was entirely on Ohtani's health and velocity. He threw 86 pitches and proved his arm is ready for the grind of the regular season.
It wasn't just his pitching that stood out. Ohtani also collected the Dodgers' first hit of the night. His ability to dominate on both sides of the ball remains the biggest story in baseball as we head into opening day. While he did give up a few singles in the fifth that led to a run, his overall command was sharp. The Dodgers finished their spring schedule with a 20-9 record, and with Ohtani looking this sharp, the expectations for their upcoming series against the Diamondbacks are through the roof.
Now let's shift to... Following that dominant performance, Dodgers manager Dave Roberts isn't shy about Ohtani's potential this year. Roberts explicitly stated that if Ohtani stays healthy and manages his workload, he is absolutely a Cy Young candidate. The team plans to be cautious, potentially giving him extra rest between starts to ensure he doesn't wear down, but the raw talent is undeniable. After 2 years away from full-time pitching duties following his second Tommy John surgery, the hope is that Ohtani can finally go wire-to-wire as a starter while still contributing as an elite designated hitter.
The underlying stats from his final spring outing back up that optimism. Out of 35 swings the Angels took against him, 17 were whiffs. That kind of swing-and-miss stuff is exactly what wins awards. Roberts noted that Ohtani's focus and execution were already at regular season levels. He's scheduled to make his official pitching debut next Tuesday against the Guardians. If he can maintain this level of intensity, we might be witnessing one of the most historic individual seasons in the history of the sport, provided the Dodgers manage his recovery correctly.
Moving on to... The college basketball world was rocked by the news that North Carolina has fired head coach Hubert Davis. After 5 seasons, the program decided a change was necessary following back-to-back first-round exits in the NCAA tournament. While Davis led the Tar Heels to a memorable national championship game appearance in 2022, the recent lack of consistency proved to be his undoing. Now, one of the most prestigious jobs in sports is vacant, and the search for a successor is already generating massive speculation about high-profile candidates like Alabama's Nate Oates or even Billy Donovan.
Nate Oates is a fascinating name here because of his mathball philosophy and incredible success at Alabama. However, the landscape of college coaching has changed with NIL and the transfer portal, making it harder to lure top coaches away from stable situations. Some wonder if UNC is still the undisputed top-tier job it used to be. Other names like Xavier's Sean Miller or even internal options are being discussed. But the pressure to find a coach who can navigate the modern era while maintaining the program's storied tradition is immense for the North Carolina administration.
Next up, the official statement from UNC Athletics Director Bubba Cunningham emphasized that while Hubert Davis is a beloved figure and a Tar Heel for life, the program needs to compete more consistently at an elite level. The decision came quickly after a disappointing overtime loss to VCU. Davis, who played for the school and served as an assistant under Roy Williams, had deep ties to the community. The school has already hired a search firm to help find the next leader, and they will be consulting with an advisory group of former players and stakeholders.
Injuries certainly didn't help Davis in his final stretch, particularly the loss of leading scorer Caleb Wilson to a broken thumb. Despite finishing fourth in the ACC this year, the failure to win a single game in the conference tournament seemed to seal his fate. The university will honor the terms of his contract, but the focus has shifted entirely to the future. This search will be a defining moment for the athletic department as they try to restore the program to its status as a perennial national title contender in a very competitive landscape.
Now let's shift to, in the NFL, we finally have clarity on why the Baltimore Ravens backed out of a blockbuster trade for Raiders star Max Crosby. Reports indicate that during the physical, the Ravens discovered a degenerative knee issue that raised serious red flags about Crosby's long-term durability. While Crosby was able to play through a meniscus tear last season, Baltimore's medical staff felt the risk was too high for a deal involving 2 first-round picks. It's a tough blow for a team that was looking to bolster its pass rush for a deep playoff run in 2026.
The fallout from this failed trade has been significant, with some league executives questioning if the Ravens had other motives for pulling out. However, General Manager Eric DeCosta defended the move, saying he was gutted but had to prioritize the team's long-term health and salary cap. Crosby's camp has maintained that he is ready to perform, but the degenerative label is hard to shake in professional sports. Now, the Raiders are left with a star player who knows his team was willing to move him, creating a potentially awkward situation heading into the draft.
Moving on to switching to soccer, Kylian Mbappe has delivered some fantastic news for France fans ahead of the World Cup. The Real Madrid superstar says his knee injury is all gone, and he feels completely ready for the tournament. Mbappe admitted there was a lot of anxiety during his recovery, especially when he didn't have a clear diagnosis for the pain he was experiencing. He was used sparingly as a substitute in recent matches for Madrid to avoid a relapse, but he's now joined the national team for friendlies in the United States, looking to regain his peak form.
Mbappe also took the opportunity to shut down rumors about his health, calling reports of potential surgery baseless. He's been in incredible form this season, netting 38 goals across all competitions, and his presence is vital for France's hopes of another deep run. With the World Cup being hosted across North America, Mbappe is eager to showcase his talent on the biggest stage once again. His caution during the recovery process seems to have paid off, as he feels his muscles are fully reactivated and ready for the high intensity of international competition.
Next up, the NCAA tournament has reached the Sweet 16, and the field is dominated by the power conferences. The Big Ten has been the standout league so far, with 6 teams still in the hunt for a title. We've seen a mix of dominant performances and narrow escapes, including a number 1 seed falling early. One of the most anticipated matchups is in the East Regional, where Duke will face St. John's in Washington, D.C. It's a dream scenario for broadcasters, pitting a blue blood program against a surging local favorite led by Rick Pitino.
Injuries are playing a huge role in the predictions for this weekend. Duke is dealing with a sore foot for Patrick Ngongba, which could be a major factor against St. John's. Meanwhile, UConn and Michigan State are set for a heavyweight clash that many believe will produce a Final Four participant. While there aren't many traditional Cinderella stories left, the quality of play has been exceptionally high. The Big East is hoping for an all-conference Elite Eight matchup, but they'll have to get past some very tough Big Ten and ACC opponents first to make that happen.
Now let's shift to Yankees fans are eagerly counting down the days until Garrett Cole returns to the mound. The ace is currently recovering from Tommy John surgery performed last March, which sidelined him for the entire 2025 season. While he won't be ready for opening day against the Giants, the timeline suggests a return in late May or early June. Cole has already made a couple of appearances in spring training, but the team is being extremely careful to stick to a 14 to 18-month recovery window to ensure his elbow is fully healed before he faces live hitters regularly.
The loss of Cole was a massive blow to the Yankees' rotation last year, and his return will be like a major midseason trade acquisition. He recently mentioned that the target has always been that early summer window. Based on the latest medical research for pitchers his age, having him back at full strength will be crucial for New York's postseason aspirations. Until then, the rest of the staff will have to carry the load. But knowing their ace is throwing heat again in the bullpen provides a much-needed morale boost for the entire clubhouse.
Finally, the final pieces of the 2026 World Cup puzzle are about to fall into place. With 42 teams already qualified for the expanded 48-team field, only 6 spots remain. 4 of those will come from the intense UEFA qualification playoffs happening over the next week. These mini-brackets feature 16 European teams fighting for their lives, including several nations that finished second in their groups. The stakes couldn't be higher, as these teams were placed into Pot 4 for the group stage draw, meaning the winners will face a very difficult path once the tournament begins.
In addition to the European slots, 2 more places will be decided through the FIFA Intercontinental Playoff Tournament. This global competition brings together nations from different continents for a final chance at glory. The schedule is packed, with semifinals set for March 26 and the decisive finals on March 31st. We already know which groups these playoff winners will join, with potential matchups against heavyweights like the Netherlands or the USA. It's going to be a week of high-drama soccer as these final nations look to book their tickets to North America this summer.
That wraps up our sports briefing for today. Thanks for joining us for these top stories. We will be back tomorrow with another update on everything moving the needle in the sports world.